Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be taking a look at Xcorgie, a new amazing play-to-earn game. It's built on the XRP ledger. I've got Soy here with us today, who is one of the co-founders and creators of the game and the Fluffyverse. So stick around for that, but we also have a major announcement here coming up, so you'll definitely want to hear that from them. Uh, don't forget, if you are looking to buy some crypto and you want to sign up for an exchange, please use one of the referral links below. You and I will both benefit, and it's a great way to support the channel. Like, share, comment, and subscribe always helps the channel as well as your view time. So thank you so much ahead of time. Without further ado, let's get started. Soy, how you doing today?
I'm happy to be part of your interview, and I'm feeling great. How are
Awesome.
you?
I'm doing well. It's been a good morning. I've had my son was a little upset that I had to lock him out, but besides that, things are going great. Um, tell us about yourself, Soy. Tell us about how long you've been with the company, about Xcorgie, and yeah, just mostly about yourself.
So I'm Soy. I am one of the managing partners for Xcorgie, and the Xcorgie project has been established since May of this year, and I am one of the founders for the project. And my experience is mainly on tech and business development. So I'm handling the business development and management of the Xcorgie project right now, and I've been on the XRP platform for about 2 years, and on the crypto platform for about 4 to 6 years. So on and off with other tech projects, of course. So it's my pleasure to be part of this interview and answer some questions that our lovely supporters have been waiting, and also to announce some exciting stuff for the Xcorgi platform.
Oh, nice. Excited to hear that. I'm sure that we'll get to that here in the video. But it's great to hear about your experience. Well, tell us about the tokens you've got going on, and just a little bit about before we get to the project itself, the tokens. Like, because I know there's two, right, so far?
Yeah, so far we have two tokens, the Xcorgie token, or the main token that we have generated last December, and the Xcorgie token is the NFT token. So to be clear, the Xcorgie, first before we go to the tokens, is the project is about bringing in the multifaceted NFT in XRPL. So being multifaceted NFT is one of the unique offerings of Xcorgie. So by being multifaceted, we offer different assets of different kinds to owners and minters. So when they mint the Xcorgie NFT, they would be able to get the very cute Xcorgie NFT art made by our very talented artists. And we also have some Corgi animations to come with the 3D model that would be the complete exact version of your Xcorgie. So if you mint your Xcorgie with these kinds of headgear, maybe these kinds of traits, which were mentioned in the white paper. So there are different kinds of traits here. You have your color, you have your head, you have your body design, you have your props to make your Xcorgie unique. And that would carry over into your 3D model, and as well as your animations would represent your NFT in terms of the Xcorgie multifaceted NFT. So you get almost 3-in-1 asset. So that would be first in the XRPL right now.
Wow. Okay. And this is all being built off the XRPL, including the NFTs, right?
Yeah, the everything would be built around XRPL, and we chose the XRPL platform recently because of its utility. And I think the way things are shaping in XRPL, we really can get multiple kinds of marketing angles as well as partners in the platform. And it's really the perfect stage where it is not yet very crowded in terms of game NFT, similar to Ethereum and other platforms, and it also has the opportunity to scale better because of its cost and of course the speed. So we are considering that.
Yeah. I mean, the XRP army is really strong and on
Yeah.
all these different aspects of the token and the ledger. So Great. So this is multifaceted NFTs. I'm really interested to see how these pan out because it's not just about the art you have. That art's going to flow into the game inside into a 3D
Mhm.
model, right?
Yeah. So
And the
the 3D model would be available for the game and also for the other utilities that would be used in the future. So in VR and AR, you would be able to use your Xcorgie as your maybe your avatar in some platform that we will build in the future, but it is not yet in the roadmap. So we want to focus on steps that are really achievable and really on time bounded within 2022 first, and then maybe on 2023 we would focus on expanding the usage of your NFT into the metaverse integration.
Gotcha. Well, it's good. Hey, step by step, as long as you're releasing and providing value, I'm sure that's what the
Mhm.
everyone wants. I'm still trying to, and also uh, it's two X Corgi for a dog, right? Like a full dog. Is that right? For the
Actually,
NFT?
it's 1:1. So our Xcorgi, we go back to our Xcorgi token. So our Xcorgi token would be limited to 10,000 supplies. So that's why we say that there would be only 10,000 unique Xcorgis in the
Okay.
Fluffyverse. So Fluffyverse is our ecosystem. So part of the Fluffyverse is our second token, which is the Fluff. So we will update we have a newer white paper on the way, and we will
Okay.
update it with our Fluff token. So the Fluff token was pushed by our team recently because we want to have a very a very controlled way on how to control our economy that will not be affected by in-game economy. So we want our economy for the game to be able to be exported in and out of the game. So you can all trade it in the game. We have utilities to do that during the game. So where you can use your flaps to do different utilities. We posted some materials on Twitter on how the tokenomics or fluffinomics as we call it, on how it would shape up. And we are using the fluff token to be the main currency for everything that is not related to the NFT. So the game, you use your NFT in the game, but the things that in the game, the main currency for that would be fluffs. So everything from breeding, from renting, from winning from battles and and lobbies would have the fluff token for that purpose.
Gotcha. So really it sounds like we won't really use X Corgi a lot besides the initial 10,000 NFTs. Is that right?
Yeah, so so in the future, all Xcorgi tokens would hopefully be minted and into formed into an asset that will be usable for each every owner or player or user for the game.
Gotcha. So we really and X Corgi's already been airdropped and pre-sold, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
we had our first airdrop, which is all Trustline, very minimal amount of Xcorgi to get people interested, and so we had a successful airdrop because we want people to be reading our project, and some of those people, a few percentage of the people are really serious investors, so they come in and they buy more from the people who are dumping the airdrop, so they came and they want to acquire enough tokens for them to mint. So from the initial airdrop, we had very few people holding enough Xcorgi for one token, and now there are a lot of people who are holding at least an Xcorgi token for minting.
Gotcha. Now I've got like 0.33 myself. So I've got like, the
Mhm.
first half of the dog or the last third of the dog,
Yeah,
whichever you look at it. But I won't be able to mint a full corgi from that, right? Do I
yeah.
do I need to partner up with someone else to get a full dog or
Yeah, unfortunately, you cannot mint that, but it's gonna get interesting because the economy will be driven like this. So if you have like a 0.33 corgi, so you need someone who has 0.6666 corgi. So that person is either gonna pay a large sum of money for your 0.33, or you're gonna be the one you're gonna pay a large chunk of money for that 0.666 in the future. So we never know. So, but uh, hopes complete. If everything goes well, I think everybody should be minting at least on majority percent of the Xcorgies, and few tokens will be floating around, finding the owners and everything. It will be fun.
No, that sounds really cool. I can just imagine the hype that's going to go around,
Yeah.
minting that last Xcorgie and, finding everyone or the holders that has that.
Yeah.
So interesting.
So our account is totally black hole, so there would be no more chances of adding Xcorgie. So that's a little bit sad, but that's how we want to make it a fixed amount so that we have a value proposition on for every token. Even as early as now, people are really seeing the promise on this token.
No, I agree. I'm really interested in the project. That's why you're here. So it's all really exciting. I love the Fluffyverse idea. But tell us more about the project and itself. And I know we've kind of diving into it a little bit with the tokens,
Mhm.
but really tell me, I guess I'll share my screen again. Let's talk about it. It's a game, right? The Fluffyverse is essentially a game.
Uh, the Fluffyverse is essentially a ecosystem. So the game is part of the Fluffyverse.
Okay.
So the game, the merch store, the everything, the every projects or every utilities that we could include on how your Xcorgie would shape up would be really the part of the Fluffyverse. So first we have the game. So the game is one the first major product of our project. So we are focusing that we are now doing research and development for the game. So the game is currently in MVP development stage. So soon you people like early adapters can already join and play the game, even without the proper currency awarding and something like that. So we would like to some people to do alpha testing and beta testing so that we could really tune up the game for the majority. So that game would be one part of the products of the Xcorgi project. So that would be part of the Fluffyverse, but it's not limited only with the game. So it means you have the chance to enjoy your Xcorgi NFT different ways. So in the future, you have the game, you also have the merch store. So the merch store down below would be a different product. So the merch store would be an official merch store for Xcorgi that would be selling authentic Xcorgi merchandise. We we want people to advertise their own design. So if you own this Xcorgi, maybe you you can sell that on different platforms and you will earn the full royalty for that design. So let's say
Oh, wow.
the the product would be a hoodie. So the hoodie would cost this amount, and then your design would have a really specific breakdown on the sale, and then you would get 100% of the money that would be allocated for the design of that hoodie. So you will have a full royalty of that, because in our concept, if you mint the NFT, it's already yours, so you should be able to have your own revenue from that royalty. So if you have, let's say, imagine if you are a holder for maybe a super rare Xcorgi that become popular because some YouTuber might encounter it, or maybe it's owned by someone. There's a story behind it. So expect something to be like meme, and it would really be selling a lot. So you don't worry, you still have the value from the sales that goes from our store, of course. So it should be
Wow.
authentic. Yeah.
No, that's really cool. So if I was, like you said, a YouTuber, which I am, and like,
Yeah.
but if I'm like a gamer or something, and I really liked, the Corgi designs, I could really build
Hmm.
my brand around
Hmm.
my X Corgi, and it would be
Yeah.
mine because I own it. It's an NFT.
Yeah.
It's my ownership. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
So,
So that would really put a long-term reward for people who are really holding rare Xcorgis, or people who invested their time into maybe some content creators similar to you, which uh, maybe you will have this attachment to some people would know that this this specific Xcorgi, this is James Xcorgi. So if I'm gonna go to the store, Xcorgi's merch, and then I'm gonna purchase this one, people would know that James would be very happy, because he will receive the royalty from that sale for every sale. So we have different products, not limited to shirts. We are planning to add some mouse pads. We have planning to add some custom keycaps, because the custom we will have some partners, exciting partners in the custom keyboard industry. So that's very exciting as well.
that's really cool.
So So we have other stuff like caps, like badges, like pins and everything. So we are trying to be a merch store that uh, can sell different kinds of corgis. So just choose your design, and then whoever owns the design, we have that sorted out for the commission for the full uh, design profit. So it's really cool. It's a very unique concept.
Yes, I think so. I mean, I've heard of other NFT clothing before, but not
Mhm.
one tied to
Yeah,
a piece of art that's also in a game. Like that's really
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Um, can't express that enough. And of course, you've got the marketplace here. That's, I guess, part of the Fluffyverse as well.
Mhm. Yeah, so the third part is the marketplace. This is a very lots of people are we receive a lot of comments and questions because if you know there is really craze in sudden rise of craze in NFT for the past few days because XLS 20 is announced and
Mhm.
also people are big players like Sologenic and other big projects are acting on the XLS 20 as well as we do. So we did successful testing for the DevNet, which is the development network for XLS 20, and our developers has some good feedback about it, and it's really what we expect to look like, but we cannot say that when we can release the product until we have we want to be as native as possible. So uh, we are different from solos because solo is usually doing minting for other projects, right? So uh, solo would be minting I think 150 partners in the end of the month.
Wow.
So they would have different NFT partners that they would mint for, but it is it is the first batch for that. So in our case, we have our different marketplace. So we mint our own corgis there. We would be able to directly trade your own corgis there for XRP or Fluffs or other currency pairs in the future. So doesn't mean that we close a door for partners, but we really like to do things natively. We have full control on what the technology would look like and how the people would perceive the marketplace in terms of selling or buying their Xcorgie, because we are, as you can see, the values of Xcorgies are really we really think that it would go up because of the demand and supply,
Hmm.
especially when the game comes out. There would be a lot of players. Imagine only 10,000 characters are available, and then there will be thousand, hundred thousands, and millions of players in the future. So that would really have a tricky economics behind that. So what we do is we have our own marketplace where people could mint, could buy, could auction and shop for corgis.
Awesome. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that because it sounds like you're limiting your game to less than 10,000 players. And that
Yeah,
seems like a really odd decision. Usually games are like everybody come in,
yeah.
like what is how's that going to work? People just have to get their hands on an X Corgi so badly to be able
Mm.
to get in.
Yeah,
Can
that
you walk me through that mindset because that's really different from a lot of other games.
Yeah, so the difference of our game is we consider exclusivity, and as well as we try to make it as a interactive community as possible. So we do not say that we limit our products to only 10,000 corgis, but I think the 10,000 corgis are the threshold where we can have the best way to create those designs as well on time, and as well as those 10,000 corgis with how with push the demand, because even if you have 100,000 players, there would be only like 10,000 concurrent users, and from these users, not everyone has a Xcorgie, right? Not you cannot have 10,000 Xcorgies for 100,000 or 1 million players, right? So that's where the renting system and breeding system will come in.
Oh, the
So
breeding system. Here we go. All
yeah,
right.
so renting system that would be beneficial because if you are familiar with other games like Axie Infinity,
Hmm.
which we are really a fan of, Axie Infinity has some scholarship system where you find someone who will play your Axies, and then and for you, and then you would have profit sharing. So that I think it's too tedious for our technology. So what we do is we will put a renting system where they can rent Xcorgis using Fluffs, and then they could use that Xcorgie even that is not theirs. So the renting system is very interesting because Xcorgie owners would be able to put the price. So there would be a price action between the two. So if your Xcorgie is a little bit rare, you can bump up the price and people will still rent it because it's better. But it's only in a cosmetic level. So all Xcorgies, when in terms of the game, there will be different attributes. So even your Xcorgie it costs you like 1 million XRP and another Xcorgie that is very common. So they would still have the same attributes when they play. So if you suck, you suck. So if you are really good with the game and then you have a fancy Xcorgie, so that's better. But it's more on a cosmetic factor. So we won't sell cosmetics in the game. So the cosmetics would really be a part of your NFT. So once your NFT looks like that, we don't have an option to like change the headgear, change the body type in the game. So it's really important that what you mint or what you own Xcorgie is something that you really like. So you will really treasure your Xcorgie because that is really unique and that's yours. So you won't see like 10 Xcorgies with the similar looks, just like other games. So 10 Corgis with similar looks running around. So hopefully each Corgi would really be far unique from each other. So it's really, really fun. And people would be able to rent it in the future, and also breeding system. So the breeding system would be not part of the 10,000 limited, so it would be extended, but
Okay.
it would have a different economy because we want exclusive economy on the Xcorgie so that our early investors would be rewarded. So even though if you want to breed, we only push it in a certain level. So you still need Xcorgie in the future to breed. So that's a secret that I revealed right now. So
Okay.
you still need one at least you still need to own Xcorgies, or you can rent them so that you can breed.
Oh,
So
I'm not
that's the
into
tricky
renting a
part.
dog. I like to, I don't think, yeah. Who likes
Yeah,
renting a
but
dog?
you can rent it so that you can breed it and you get the pup.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay, there's a strategy. All right.
yeah, so you need to, and then the ex-corgis have limited breeding capabilities, so you really need to be careful. So the breeding capabilities you can have it rented by others, so people could rent and then use that breeding capability, or you would be wise to breed it on your own, but you need to pair it with a good quality ex-corgi, maybe some traits that you like here and there, and then it would, yeah,
People are going to
it's a
be
long project.
people are going to
Yeah,
be pimping their ex corgis out, I'm sure.
yeah.
Dog breeding. How many I'm not familiar with corgis normally.
Mhm.
How many come in a litter? Like is it just one, or how's that work?
The real life usually has maybe 2 or 3, but I also have a corgi here, but the fortunately one of the pair died, and
Oh,
uh, they usually come in maybe 2 to 3 pups, and uh, for the game I cannot promise the same because uh, let's see on how the growth of the project would be, and we
gotcha.
are really open for a community driven roadmap. So every time we would like to release a roadmap, it would be verified and audited by our community. We like to hear what they want, what they think that it's good, and then if that's also the same scenario for us, then we will implement the changes or whatever modifications that needs to be set in the roadmap. So if they want if they think that the community thinks that it would be better to have more ex-corgis from the pups, so let it be. So we really listen to our supporters.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure as much as you can, right? Because there would be some complexity added with the
Mhm.
number of pups as well. So
Mhm.
keep that in mind, viewers. But if you want to put in the comments below, I'll make sure that he gets the message of how many ex corgis you think should be bred. Um, all right, well, let's we talked about the game a bit. We talked about, obviously there's more players than I thought that would be able
Mhm.
to join. So that's really
Mhm.
cool. And also initially drive up the price of Xcorgie. So it's also great. I think it's like what, 200 right now for an Xcorgie?
Yeah, so the prices are tops from 200s, a little bit. Sometimes there are people that selling bit below 200, but
I think it's like
yeah,
153 right now is like
yeah,
where it's at.
yeah, it's swinging between 200 and 100 plus. So
Okay.
yeah, that's the range that we want to keep it in.
Gotcha. Cool. And yeah, you can buy it on Sologenic, which is great.
Yeah,
I need to make a tutorial for that, by the way. But
yeah.
next, okay, so about the game. The game describes itself. I'll just go back to sharing my screen real quick.
Mhm.
The game describes itself as a competitive lobby
Mhm.
3D obstacle course. So am I as it's a dog race
Yeah,
essentially? Okay.
yeah. It's like a battle royale,
Okay.
similar to Fortnite, where people are similar to Mario Kart and Fall Guys, if you are familiar.
I'm really familiar with Mario Kart. I'm not sure, like I never played
So
that version of Fortnite if it was there.
mhm. So it's similar in Fortnite in a way that you all come to a lobby, but there would be a lot of you. So in Xcorgie, maybe around 40 to 60 dogs would be on a lobby, and then once the race would start, so these dogs would be these Xcorgies would be racing towards the different obstacle course. So there would be some things that would be spinning. There's some things would be throwing them away. There would be some jumping action that would be needed to proceed to the next round, and then there would be a qualification stage. So for different stages to progress, you need to be the first nth amount of qualifiers. So the people who are the corgis that are slow would be eliminated from the next level, and then maybe there will be couple of levels depending on the kind of map, and then it would be the winners would receive the flaps. So the winners would receive their flaps in terms of price, and those flaps could really uh, grow in value. Right now, the flaps aren't that much expensive because of we just airdrop a lot. So
Hmm.
we airdrop around 200, and right now maybe approaching the 500M mark. But I
Wow.
think with the utilities, because you would need to spend your flaps somewhere in the game, so there would be a burning mechanics for the flaps so that the flaps would not saturate too much for the market, so that the price would be would be playable by the community. So the community would dictate the price of the flaps, because you can use the flaps in different kinds. So for example, you can use the flaps for breeding. You can use the flaps for purchasing abilities. So we have abilities in game to be
Yeah.
released in the future. So maybe your dog can burst your speed for 3 seconds, something like that.
Like a
So
powerful fart moves him forward.
yeah, yeah, or maybe your there would be a some kind of slime that other corgis would stumble upon, and
Like peanut butter or
uh
something gets
yeah,
distracted.
yeah. So some sorts of abilities that come from there would be little and large abilities that would still make the game balanced, but they would be able to use that. So it would not guarantee you to win, but it gives you a little bit of advantage.
Gotcha. I'm sure there's going to be some like each corgi is going to have like some base stats, and there's going to be some
Mhm.
corgis with better stats than others in terms of
Mm,
speed and like
yeah,
pacing.
unfortunately, we don't like that because we want the game to be skill based as possible.
Okay.
So from your NFT, you can only inherit your cosmetics. So that's all. So only your visuals would be the thing that if you have a very rare corgi, your corgi would still have the same base attributes for different corgis. So we would like to drive the competitiveness of the game by people knowing the familiarity of the obstacle course, the tricks of different stages of the game where they could familiarize it. So the more they play, the more they get better, and then the more they get better, the more they win. So the abilities would be fair, so everyone can purchase the abilities regardless of your corgi. So I think the first flaps to be burned are the basic abilities. So we will put some mobility abilities bonuses that would be available in the early parts of the game, and then active abilities such as your corgi has a super jump, or your corgi has the peanut butter thing, maybe
Okay.
yeah. So those will be the more rarer abilities, but the abilities would be tied on the game but not on your NFT. So the NFT is your like base character. You can use it in different scenarios like in merge. So
Okay.
that's the beauty of Xcorgie project. So you have only one NFT, and then you could have different purpose. So instead of investing one NFT for a game, one NFT for an art, NFT for a merch, so why not have it on one single platform? And it's increasing as we go. So maybe in few years we have more products like VR and AR related that where the market demands it, and it would also be part. So it means your Xcorgie would still be alive by the time. So even though we add a new product, you don't need to buy another Xcorgie anymore. Something
Gotcha.
like that.
Well, I would love to see, I feel like especially this project would very much benefit from, I don't know if you get a partnership with Vivi, or are you familiar with Vivi at all?
Vivi, not quite.
Okay. So Vivi is it's a popular app that deals it's in cryptocurrency, but basically it allows you to see your 3D object that you own, and
Mhm,
it's had Marvel, Disney,
mhm.
DC, and all this. I'm JTXRP, but I do own other stuff, people. Um,
Yeah.
so, but basically allows you to view your objects in AR on your phone,
Mhm,
and so it if you had an Xcorgi viewer, for instance, that like your
yeah.
Corgi would do with your animations in 3D on the,
Mhm,
where you could just, interact with your Xcorgi and kind of real life-ish. I think that'd be pretty cool. But,
yeah.
way down the way.
Yeah.
Um, what else? So you told us a lot. There's some things that you wanted to release on this video, though. I'm sure everyone is
Mhm.
probably waiting for this. What else can you tell us, or
Yeah.
what would you like to announce?
Yeah, so 99% of the people who are asking on our channels are really about the airdrops. So let me clarify first our airdrop
Sure.
schedules.
Yeah.
So we had our first airdrop on it was on December 4, and we had airdrop the first Xcorgie airdrop to all trust lines. So a lot of people got it, and for we use our own we have our own uh, airdrop tool, which is the Corgi Express. So it is an in-house developed airdrop tool, because during that these times the airdrop from RD and other familiar providers are really crowded, and we decided to dedicate a development process for Corgi Express that we use. And so we are fancy on airdrops, so we have 5 airdrops in line. So first, that was the first airdrop was Xcorgi airdrop. So the second would be the Fluff for Corgi holders that was held on January 6, and that was around 140 million. And Flaps for all TLs that started from January 10. So it's completed right now.
Okay.
So one more Fluff airdrop for both Xcorgi and Fluff holders. So that will be announced later.
Yay.
Uh, so yeah, the art cards are on the way. So you need two holdings. You need to be loyal to Xcorgi and also have flaps so that you get more flaps. So that's the schedule would be announced soon. So maybe it would be fall before the last airdrop would be the upcoming holder airdrop for Xcorgi. So this is the biggest airdrop for the holders, which is the January 31 airdrop, and it would essentially give you half of your holdings. So if you hold two Xcorgis, you would be given another one for free.
Oh, okay.
So this is the best time to hodl, or maybe buy more if you need more Xcorgis, and then sell it later, dump it, whatever you like it. We don't really care as long as you support the project.
Hmm.
So the best thing about this one is we try to make the airdrops very strategic in order to filter out the serious supporters, which we have now in our community. So when we have our serious supporters, we could really depend on them on what they like, what they don't like. And the mindset of these supporters are really very participative in terms on our end. So they help newbies get into the project. They help us moderate our Discord channel, which is the most active channel between our platforms. And also they also give part on the brainstorming of the next steps. So we are talking to our whale holders, which people who are holding a lot of Xcorgis, to give a suggestion on what they like. And we are planning to do a regular a loyalty reward system where regular holders would be given a little treat every month, so that the project is worth of to wait. And then they will be also given an early alpha access for those people who hold a certain amount of to be decided tokens. So these tokens would serve as a threshold so that they could be able to claim their early alpha access, and they would be able to play a release version, an early release version of the Xcorgie game, even to test it out or see how the gameplay looks and what's next. So they would get the information first. So that's our exclusive loyalty rewards for the supporters. So really value our supporters on this project.
No, that's amazing. I think that, so you mentioned treats. Like, are they literally like, is
Mm.
it like doggy treats?
Uh,
Is that the plan or?
yeah, the after trade food would be something that would really be exciting. So we haven't decided on that yet because we would like to announce it after the second airdrop of Xcorgie, which is the
Gotcha.
holder airdrop.
Maybe I'll
So
have you back
more,
then.
yeah, and then more people would have after the airdrop. So we will be given half of your holdings for free. So I hope that there will be more Xcorgie holders by the time.
Yeah. Great. So you covered the airdrops. I also forgot to ask you about the team. I know you're obviously,
Mm.
you said one of the co-founders.
Yeah, so I
So,
am one of the founders, and I am we have a very small team. We are around the 10 people
okay.
working right now. I don't know if that's small, but from where I came from a tech company,
I prefer to use
that's
the term focused. It's a very
yeah,
focused team.
focus. Yeah, it's a very focused team because we onboarded those managers first and people who are capable of uh, business knowledge. So our project is really built on a business rather than like fancy things and art. So we treat it really as a business opportunity for everybody, uh, not limited to us founders, but also our holders. So the best thing I can describe our team, as you said, is focus. So we have a different specialty. So our managing partners revolve around people who have vast experience in terms of art, 3D, game development, economics, finance, and as well as marketing. So our team consists of different people from different parts of the world. We have people working from Singapore, we have people working from Nigeria, people working from Philippines, Australia. So we started from a simple group from Discord. Actually,
Mhm.
we are all XRP enthusiasts and miners, investors, different kinds of stuff, which really has a cool background in terms of technology. So you won't be surprised if we can develop like tools and games that are really top notch, even with a small team, because these people have different partnerships and connections on their own. So we gather them, and together we have around maybe 30 years of industry experience. So that's a really a good start. So we really treat this as business for both of us and token holders. So hopefully everybody will be happy once everything would be available, and everyone has their time, their hype, and their money XRP invested would be really worth it in terms of what they get. So we make sure that we have the team to provide those deliveries.
Gotcha. No, I think that everyone, I mean, at least from my perspective, the way you deliver on the art, the way you've delivered on the community, and the way you consistently do what you say you're going to do, I think that builds a lot of trust in the community as well. And I think that, I'm really interested to see where this project goes. I know anyone watching is the same. Um, but yeah, I think, are you planning on growing the team anymore? Is there certain positions or people you're looking for right now?
Yeah, we are hiring people, and we are looking for partnerships. So I think one of the things that we haven't discussed yet are partnerships. So um, right now we are expanding our team in terms of marketing. We are looking for people who can help us in marketing. We are doing hiring in different facets of our department. So we have some hiring in games. So we are hiring game developers as well as 3D artists. We are also trying to incorporate marketing people in our project, but we don't really focus that much on marketing right now. But we are increasingly looking for people because we already got some external investors that
Mhm.
came in, and I set up all their investments model on how they could invest in Xcorgie. So aside from our token investors, we also have our financial investors from different partners. Uh, so these are people who started really from the bottom, and together we kind of say that we are really know what we do right now, and in this time we be able to get partnership easily because there are a lot of people who have very promising roles in XRPL. So we have people who are very good in like maybe tech and programming, really shine in the XRPL. Because of the XRPL, they are given a lot of more opportunities to showcase the skills. And as well as artists, artists are really this is the golden age. So really thankful for that as well. And our upcoming partnerships, we have a partnership with a game studio that would help us in terms of growing our game. And what we in terms of development, we developed our MVP in-house, but there are already people from Microsoft Azure and Unity who offered the multiplayer aspect of the game.
Wow.
So they would help on scaling the game so that more and more people can come in. So that's really exciting. Cannot announce any official partnerships yet because we are sorting things out internally in terms of our final roadmap and everything. So the date of this release would fall on the second quarter of this year. So second quarter of this year, the game would be out, and the early alpha would be available soon. Maybe March. Some people would be able to play it. A few couple of people with our own hosting, so they would be able to raise their corgis,
Wow.
and
That's really soon.
yeah, that's
That's
really
really
soon. And hopefully on the mid of this year we could bring in maybe 1,000 active users a day, something like that, and then we would scale it to get together with the minting of the corgis. Because I think based on our progress, there would be around half of the corgis minted by this year, so it's around 5,000 corgis for this year. So we are buckling up our seat belts for that rise. And uh we are very open for partnerships right now, but we cannot promise everyone that we will partner them. So sometimes we do community poll, like similar to Twitter. We had a community poll if the project wants to partner with us. So if our community would love to have them, so we would do a community poll, and then we work with them on what we can help them. So aside from lifting our own project, we also focus on helping people with similar ideas,
Mhm.
and together we can make XRP a better place for every project. So as sad as it seems that there are recent issues on rug pulls and everything, we try to keep everyone who has a legit project as close as possible with each other. So these projects, we have networks of people with legit projects where we're talking with them on what they are doing next and how we could instead of competing, we would do collaboration, something like
Mhm.
that. Yeah. So because we cannot deny that we also have some people doing similar games, similar NFT art with us. So instead of, our team philosophy is, instead of competing, or why not try collaborating or doing similar stuff that would benefit for. Yeah.
Yeah, the fluffy first is for everyone, right?
Yeah, the
Um,
puppy versus for everyone, not limited to dogs.
so yeah. The no, I really like that. I love that approach. And of course, I hope you direct those legitimate projects my way because I would love to be able to share them with the community here.
Yeah,
And
I
if,
would
if
definitely recommend you for them.
awesome, appreciate it. No, if you're listening and if you have your own project, would love to, and it's a legitimate project, I would love to
Yeah, of course.
uh share that with the community. Try to find the most legitimate ones and share them here on the XRPL.
Mhm,
Um, okay, so we've talked about the team, the game, the airdrop. Is now a good time for those announcements, or?
mhm. Yeah, I think that's the. I think we got the most important topics out of the way.
Oh, okay.
So the next thing is we would be happy to announce that we'll be hosting an auction, and this would be a very special auction because we will be auctioning a very rare Xcorgie that is 1:1. So that Xcorgie has a trait of his own that is not available to other Xcorgies. So details on that would be posted soon, and the art will be posted soon. But the exciting thing on this is this auction would be very exclusive. It would have his own web page, and all the trails on the auction, the price for how much it was worth. It was worth on the first auction, and then the transfer would be can be processed on that website. So if the owner of that website decides to sell it to another person, so everybody can see that that Xcorgie, the rare Xcorgie was already sold to another person. So curious people can browse the website and see who owns the current forbidden Xcorgie.
Oh
So
wow.
something like that. So it would be an exclusive first come first serve scenario. So people who will be lucky to purchase that auction or to be successful in that auctioning of that Xcorgie would be the first one to own it. So if he decided to sell that at certain amount, it would be well known in the from the trails of the website. So that'll be exciting, and he will own the web page, and the Xcorgie would have a personal design for the web page. So this would be really exciting. So the web page would be under our platform, xcorgienft.com, and we would post more details in the future.
Wow. Okay. So this top dog, so to speak,
Uh,
or the one, I guess it's like the one ring scenario. It's like the one dog to rule
yeah.
them all.
Mm,
Is gonna have its own website. It's gonna be its own very, I'm guessing the art's gonna be pretty amazing, obviously
yeah.
for this NFT or whatever it is. And it's a one-time auction.
Yeah, it will be a one-time auction for this specific Xcorgie, but the owner can auction the Xcorgie back.
Okay.
So if the owner would like to host the auction again, it's
Okay.
he or she is free to do that, and we would help that promote. So that's very exciting, and as well as the auction process would be announced on our platforms that this corgi is now available for auction by the owner. So that's really special, and the art would be we really excited. We are really excited to release the kind of craftsmanship that we do in this our project. So hopefully the winner we are the nice thing about this auction Uchi, is that the reason for that auction to be opened is for us to raise funds. So the purpose of that Xcorgie, so there would be a story, there would be a lore for that Xcorgie. So this is the Xcorgie that we auctioned for the early funding of Xcorgie project. So that the lore would be, we would do a creative writing on that lore, and then the lore would be part of the story of the corgi. So that tells you a different story, that the people who own that Xcorgie is really cemented their footprint on the project, that they helped the process on the earliest phases of Xcorgie, and to help the fund this is the Xcorgie that is tied to that auction that led to the progress of the project. So that would be very, very cool.
So that's cool. So it's a shiny Xcorgie, and this Xcorgie, just to clarify, is going to be have the same capabilities as all the other Xcorgie that get minted,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So
Yes.
it's going to be have a 3D model. It's going to have animations. It's going to be in the game.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. And okay, and it's going to fund your for the project. So it's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that here, and hope that that auction goes extremely well. I don't know if I can win that with what I have of Xcorgi, but maybe someone else will. If you actually get it and you've got it, comment below. I'll be happy to hit you
Yeah.
up, and maybe we can do a video with that winner or that person, and maybe you can use that if you want to auction it off. You can come back and be on here later.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe I would rent that Xcorgie during the game. So lucky for the owner.
oh
I would rent that Xcorgie and raise it myself. Try it first and
yeah,
then give
for
it
sure.
back.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Hey, breed it out, right? I
Yeah, you
mean,
can't breed it out, but I think the cost of that breeding would really be a lot of flops, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Um, Lots of fluffs. I love just the token names of this project. I just
Yeah.
it makes everything talking about it funny. So, well, excellent. Of course, I have all the links in the description below. I've got your website, your Discord, your Telegram, and of course your your Twitter account. Is there anything else or another place that they should go for you, or
Ah,
anything else I missed?
so right now we only have Twitter, we have Discord, we have Telegram as our main channels. So for example, if you want announcements, you could visit Twitter. So we post the announcement first on Twitter. And then if you want a categorized discussion, it would be best for you to visit Discord. If you want to chat with the holders and different parts of people of the community, Telegram is good for that. But if to get basic information about the project, just visit our website, xcorgienft.com. So that's the main channels for now.
Yep. And you're gonna have the new white paper out about Fluff soon too, right? So
Yeah. So the white paper would include the flops, would include the the new way on the we call the floppinomics.
uh-huh.
So the floppinomics would be on how the flops would be self-sustainable. So uh, unlike other tokens that you keep on generating and generating, so the flops would be self-sustainable. So there would be a analytical, economical ways on how the flops would not be saturated in the market because of the volume of players. So as the players rise, so the volume of the flops would not really fluctuate higher. So it would maintain the
The
ratio,
fluffiness,
yeah, the fluffiness.
the level of
Uh,
fluffiness.
yeah, so that the flops would retain its value and would not dip down as the game goes, and there will be a lot of useless flops. So nobody would like that. So uh, we found a good economy on how the flops works, and it will be detailed on our new white paper.
Awesome. Well, whoever's listening, I hope if you like this, if you want to support the channel, if you want to buy some fluffs or if you want to buy crypto, make sure to check out the links below. It'll support both the channel and yourself to get a little bonus there if you're interested. Don't forget to check out the Project Spearhead videos. They're about the SEC versus Ripple case and what you can do to help with that case and get the right information to the investigators. But besides that, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much, Soy, for being with us today. Is there
Yeah.
anything last thing you'd like to share with the community, or?
Uh, thank you for inviting me, James. I would like to thank everyone who are supporting and being partners for the Xcorgie project, and as well as people who believe us in this early stage. We hope that we can deliver everything on everyone's expectation, and we are happy to say that we are looking more forward maybe more content from JTXRP as well, Xcorgie collaboration sort of content, whether it's Xcorgie or XRP related. We are really open to more partnerships in the future. So thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you, Soy. And you heard them, guys. So if you're looking for partnerships, you want to partner with Xcorgi, hit them up. But until then, this is Soy, and I'm JTXRP, and we're out.